Just quieten down, baby.
Per capita export value.
Library. Minister, are you embarrassed by your behavior today?
There's a lot of bleeding hearts around.
Do you have the fortitude or the gonads to stand up and come across here and say that to me, you son of a bitch?
Just watch me.
He certainly went too far, Mr. Speaker, when I saw him stick his tongue out.
Contemptuous disregard.
More than a slab of bacon talking here.
The disappointment you also feel is my responsibility.
I lost my temper.
What is the nature of your thoughts?
The word was F-A-R-T.
My name is Jesse Harley, and I am a dim-witted average Canadian being dragged here against my will by Reese Waters.
I'm Reese Waters. I am a new arrival to Canada, and I am really interested in learning about the domestic politics of Canada, and I want to learn through teaching Jesse, which...
Oh, God.
It's going to be a battle.
I really don't want to learn this shit.
And I do, so I'm going to force you, and you haven't got a choice.
Fucking hell.
And his job description, which I thought was wonderful, was unsuccessful merchant. Now,
unsuccessful merchant,
which I think is great. I mean, you look at like people with multi-level marketing schemes on Facebook. This kind of is a relatable job these days,
right? Yeah. Okay. Unsuccessful merchant. All right. Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Today he would call himself an entrepreneur. He would post a lot of pictures on Instagram of his nice suit, but he wasn't making any money. Anyway,
right.
Unsuccessful merchant with a limited social media following.
Very limited.
In time, he would come to interpret the dog as being inhabited by the spirit of his late mother, and Pat's licks to be hers. So... And I don't know.
And to be into what?
Pat's
what was
licks to be hers. Now I've never been licked.
Pat was the name of
the dog. Yeah, but and also Pat's licks would be. So I don't know if his mother licked him.
Okay.
And he postponed a wartime cabinet meeting as the dog was about to die in the 40s, and sang "Safe in the Arms of Jesus" to Pat as he took leave of the mortal world.
And it's okay. He just has to get another pet, and his mother will go into that too.
But it's okay. But it's okay because he was able to communicate with Pat from the spirit world even after he died, and he then replaced Pat with Pat 2 and Pat 3,
which his mother inhabited.
I guess it's like.
Did he call his mother Pat? Why didn't he just call? Why didn't he just name the dog after his mother? That'd be like just deciding to call your mother by a different name.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And
that'd be weird, right?
It's like Ghostbusters 2, where they try and put the old guy in the baby from the painting. Right. Bring me a new dog. And then they did like a ceremony, and his mother's ghost went into the dog. Some of this stuff is gold.
So how to talk to Canadians. Not how to talk with Canadians. How to talk to Canadians. Like almost like
or as I do, how to talk at Canadians.
That's what most of these podcasts are, yeah.
Before I go into though, I've got to tell you, there is a section called Cultural Information Stereotypes, and they've deleted the whole section but kept the title. So I don't know if some of their stereotypes were too offensive.
Go on the Wayback Machine, see if they capture a copy of it. Like,
so here we go. So it starts off, how to talk to Canadians. And I've just grabbed bits of this that made me laugh. Good topics of conversation are work, studies, the weather, one's house, vacations, sports, especially hockey, American football, baseball, water sports, and increasingly soccer/football, and other leisure activities. Generally, Canadians are not comfortable talking about salaries or personal finances and tend to steer away from discussing emotions. And Eddie will give you an idea.
Open it right now.
Open it up and describe what you can see in that picture. It's kind of the pre-fight lineup.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So
can you describe what you're looking at?
Yeah, so it's the standoff between both of the boxers before the match, as you have like picture WWE when they're screaming at each other's faces, and one guy was in between them with a microphone. And we've got one guy on the right with crazy tattoos like on his arm, and he's got a bandana, and he's doing this like he's pointing his fingers at his eyes like I see you sort of thing, you're mine. And he's wearing a Speedo, like a tight Speedo, and he's got long, unkempt hair. And then to the other side of the guy with the microphone, who's not paying attention to either one of them, by the way, his fingers pointing out like he's trying to remember his next line. The other side is Justin Trudeau, a shirtless Justin Trudeau in boxing shorts, who is in fairly good shape, and he's just staring off into the distance like he's daydreaming about pie. Just like, not concerned about what's currently happening in the present moment in the slightest. Like, just I wonder what's going to be for dinner later on. Like, or is that McDonald's special over later? I should drive by McDonald's and see later. Like, just completely oblivious to what's currently happening.
So you can see why this is an amazing piece of political theatre. You've got a conservative senator who is obviously, into physical activity and sports and staying in good shape versus the kind of quintessential liberal MP who's in touch with his feelings and not afraid to cry in front of strangers. So this is like a wet dream for tabloid newspapers.
Right, of course.
The mob then, they'd smashed the windows, they rushed up the stairs to the front door, and the police had to retreat and had to kind of form a human barricade inside the building. And they tore through the offices of the building and the basement. They were destroying things. They were ripping up books. I don't know why they were ripping up books in the library. I don't know what the books did to them.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
They carried a piano into the nearby park and smashed it to pieces.
Hold on, what?
I know.
What?
They were just
no, but
moving a piano is not easy.
But
so
why move it? Why not just smash it where it is?
I don't know. I guess maybe the crowd needed something to like, have you seen the film Office Space where they smash up the printer?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like that. Maybe they were like,
well, they couldn't smash it in the office. They'd get fired. But this is an angry mob rushing. Like, what was the thought process of this? We smash the piano. No, not here.
No.
Jesus, come on, tact, fellas.
So how did they report back? Like, so when you told people there were wolves and then made wolf noises, what was the result? Well, they believe there were wolves. Fucking fascinating. Write that down. Really? This is where our military's at these days?
Do you know what I think they were doing, though? I think they were probably watching social media to see if people were going, holy shit, the wolves are outside my house.
I would do the same fucking... Are you kidding me? I want to do this now. Can you and I go to the Annapolis Valley and just drop off a bunch of flyers, saying, I don't know, pick an animal.
Beavers.
Pick a dangerous animal.
A giraffe.
A giraffe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the noise a giraffe makes. Okay. So... let's go to the Annapolis Valley. We'll print off flyers that say Government of Canada at the top of it, just in big bold
Canadian
letters.
Association for Giraffes.
Right. And we'll drop it off in people's mailboxes saying, beware, giraffes are on the loose.
Or CAG.
And we'll stage, we'll put some giant, like a pickup truck with huge speakers in the back, and we'll drive into the woods.
I'll just do it. I'll just stand in the bed going, wah.
Right, into a microphone so that it's echoes throughout the entire valley. Can you do it again? What's the sound? You've clearly visited.
I got to be careful.
Many giraffes.
We'll have some rutting giraffes outside otherwise. But the thing is that
if someone here is a mixer of music, can they please take Reese's various giraffe noises and mix it into a nice rap or a techno? Can you give us another giraffe?
So
it really sounds like a giraffe exploding.
The reason they make that noise is because their necks are so long.
Oh, this is recently?
Yeah, this was very recently. This was during a COVID thing. But she stepped away from the questions. A distinctive tinkling was heard and broadcast live coming from the phone line.
So if you were
Okay. We all know where this is going.
So
we can't wait to hear it. But I just got to ask first, Reese, if you were in that auditorium and you were the sound guy. Okay.
Yeah.
You were the sound guy and you heard this happening. Would you stop it?
No, I would never stop it because I could create an amazing moment for everyone to enjoy during COVID-19. So, do you want to listen? This is Dr.
Who is it again?
You're going to hear Dr. Jennifer Russell. And this was during a tense time, and she had a very serious job. This was literally just last year, very recently, obviously it's COVID-19.
Right.
During
2020 then.
During 2020, okay. But I really like it because she's got a serious job. It was a very serious time, and I love it when hilarious things happen and it just lightens the mood.
Yeah, I do.
So,
yeah.
Let's listen to this.
But we are definitely still looking for them.
Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. Thank you, Dr. Tom Bateman. Times and transcript.
Oh, hi there. I'm worried that can you hear me?
Hang on one sec, folks.
That is not me.
Everybody, please mute your microphones. Tom Bateman.
We're good.
No. So this is what they said about Bigfoot family.
All right.
It's brainwashing our kids with anti-oil and gas propaganda. It's just wrong, and Netflix needs to know that. Our children are the key to the future, but they can't succeed if they're filled with misinformation. Bigfoot family, which is rated for children 7 or older, wrongly portrays oil and gas extraction to a young audience of Canadians and ignores the industry's commitment to environmental stewardship and responsible development.
Tom, I have a note on that later.
Okay. Tom Olson, the former UCB candidate and now head of the War Room, basically said there's not a huge knowledge of what we do and how we do it and how we benefit the world. We're just disproving. We're about. This is my favorite quote. He explained it as, "We're about disproving true facts," which I think that's a self-own.
We're about disproving true facts?
Yeah, I think, the meme where...
So, like, if its fact is proven to be true, they're about disproving that.
And that's
true.
That's his direct quote. We're about disproving true facts. What we want is false facts that make us look good.
I mean, that's kind of what he just
said.
Like,
the meme where the person's riding a bike and they shove a stick in the front wheel?
No,
basically, he did that.
The election has been called.
The election has been called.
Things are about to kick off. Aaron O'Toole.
To the journalists in the room.
Justin Trudeau.
This pandemic.
After months of speculation.
Federal election.
Now is not the time for an election.
Buckle up and get ready to ride the pandemic election roller coaster.
I have an election erection.
I do have... I don't. I just wanted to play along. I just said it, and then like as soon as I was saying, I'm like,
It was a pretty pre-royal joke on my part. I do apologise. I basically said the word erection because it sounds a bit like election. It wasn't clever comedy, I'll admit.
Are you as excited as I am not?
My last time there was an election...
I couldn't give a shit, honest to God.
Last time there was an election, I wasn't really paying any attention to Canadian politics.
Yeah, just like me.
Because I'd been here barely a year and I was still going, oh, Brexit! Oh, Brexit! So, but now I'm more informed and I can watch it. Haven't been informed by over 100 episodes of making a podcast about Canadian politics.
I
and
too
you can
am
too.
informed, but I still don't care, honest to God.
But we've got a big plan for the election. We are going to cover it and talk about it. But the big question...
Tell us about this plan.
The question is...
You've talked about...
You don't know about this.
I don't.
But I've got a plan.
I know you've got a plan, but like I don't know what the plan is. And
who will Jesse vote for? That's what it's called.
Oh.
And if you
have to make this public by the end of this...
You don't have to tell us at the end, but what I want to do is every episode we're going to talk...
I mean, it'd be really disappointing if I didn't, I guess. But
just going to pressurize
10 episodes of like pressuring Jesse into who's he going to vote for, and then by the end, I'm not telling you, goodbye. And that's
that'd be quite funny.
That would be funny.
So he woke up to find his car spray painted with the message "F you, Liberals," which is hilarious. They didn't just write "fuck off" or anything. They were polite. They wrote "F you, Liberals,"
which would be few liberals.
Foo
liberals.
Few liberals.
Few liberals.
Or full liberals. Which I love the fact that they were willing.
They were polite enough.
They were willing to commit the crime of spray painting a car. They just weren't willing to swear.
Swear, yeah, exactly.
So I hope that made you feel better, Chris. That they were too afraid to actually say something really nasty.
That's really funny.
So he said, last night, while my family and I were sleeping, someone came onto my property and vandalized my car. It was clearly an attempt to intimidate me and my campaign. I am disheartened to see this, but I know it isn't who we are as a community. Whomever this individual is, I have a message back. I will not be intimidated, and I will continue to fight for St. Catherine's. And there's a picture of it. See? It's like a Nissan CX-5.
And
black.
he's kind of the spray painter kind of started like almost a quarter way across, and then you could see
he ran out of space.
He ran out of space. Like, oh shit, he's got to go around the corner.
He's got to run the side.
Around the side of the car to finish Liberals.
He didn't even map it out on like a dummy car in a scrap heap.
And
there's no planning or thought.
Let me see. It's a capital L, lowercase I, capital B, and then capital. Yeah, it's just he didn't really.
I think somebody was top of the colouring in class at school. The first round is called Stats, Data, and Other Fun.
Oh, God. Okay.
So,
yeah, you really know how to bring in a crowd, Reese. That's great.
Hands up who likes statistics.
Stats and data.
Hands up who likes statistics.
We like
Really?
numbers.
Yes.
We like
Really,
numbers.
guys?
Yay!
Really?
Bunch
Okay.
of nerds. Love it.
So, whoever has the closest guess is going to win this. So you got to. As of July 2020, Statistics Canada estimated the population of Halifax was.
As of what?
July 2020.
HRM or Halifax proper?
HRM.
457,000 people.
438. Nice. That's. Can we say 38.5?
That's really close, and now I've got to work it out.
Nice.
Who said 457?
That was us. Team Glottlestop.
Team Glottlestop. There we go. I'm going to put G. There we go. Okay, so.
What's the answer?
The answer is. I'm new to quiz mastering. 448,544 people.
What is it?
448,544 people.
And we would have
won Price is Right rules.
Yeah, no, what did we say?
Yeah, Price is Right.
You said 457,000, so that was pretty close.
Yeah.
And you said 438,000.
Did I do that wrong?
438.5.
Does anyone know?
Who won, man?
Does anyone know
No, I
mathematics?
think they won.
They just took that.
They're within.
I don't want the owl. They win.
Okay, cool.
Does anyone have a pocket
That was just the
calculator?
first question. There are more. It wasn't sudden
You just want to
death.
do like rock, paper, scissors for the winner on that one? Ready?
Nice.
Glottal slop is.
Rabbit.
Glottal slop.
We'll get him back.
Okay.
Glottal slop.
Get it back.
Glottal stop.
Glottal stop.
Glottal stop.
Okay,
Glottals.
cool.
Yeah. So, do you want to change your name again?
No, I like it.
Municipals are in the lead. Okay, so
Municipals.
there are
Actually,
90,
can I
90's like
can I get him on our show right now? He's upstairs. I'll just bring the laptop.
Go on, go on. This isn't how we usually do things, but I guess it's not every day you turn 90.
Right, exactly. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. All right.
Hi, Jim. So what's Jim's secret to reaching 90?
Jim, what is the secret to your longevity?
You young whippersnapper, what an impertinent question. But all right, I shall reveal to the world the secret of my God, I'm getting older by the minute. It is essentially doing nothing. If you do nothing, young man, it is unlikely that anything untoward will befall you. Sit in a chair, keep your feet up so nobody steps on them, ward off all visitors who might be carrying not so much dangerous viruses as dangerous ideas, because you want your mind to be absolutely placid. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Wake infrequently, and when you do, try to keep your eyes closed. If you open them, you may see things, and that will disturb your utter tranquility. And in this way, you have a good chance of living, if you can call it that, until your body slowly decays. Decay spreads throughout your body, inevitably